Hello everyone, welcome back to the Minecraft Emporium. Now my last two videos were a little bit on the longer side, and so I'll do my best to keep this very short, very concise, and to the point, so I can tell you about the subject of today's video, ways to transfer redstone signals vertically. And so I'm going to start with the first design, which people seem to honor on the Java edition. However, on the Bedrock edition, be sure to steer clear of this type of system. Basically, we have a water column being created by these two stairs, and whenever I was to block off this water column, ever so gradually these bubbles work their way all the way up to the top to be observed by this observer and power wherever you want the redstone signal goal to go. Please do not use this system, because although it is rather inexpensive, with just bubbles frankly, it is so slow and truly it is not one of the best methods to use. Although, again, based on how inexpensive it really is, I suppose it can be used in certain minute situations. Second thing on our list is the sticky piston or honey block piston extenders. And with these, what we have is 11 slime blocks and 1 redstone block, and that simply is pushing up. Oops, sorry, I broke the lever by accident. And that is simply pushing up and powering wherever you need to go, as you can see. One of the downsides with this build and this kind of design for transferring redstone signals is that you need to have air on all of these sides, or else you risk the possibility of different blocks being dragged along, and so it's really not the best. Similarly to having columns of blocks being pushed up, we have these two designs, which push up either gravity blocks or solid blocks in order to power wherever you need to go. Here, whenever the piston retracts, all of the sand simply falls down. However, in this case scenario, we do have a little bit of delay in how the sand falls down, and in some cases, if you're unloading and loading chunks, the sand can actually fall off in entities during my rigorous testing. However, in this case, you actually have a lot more instantaneous push out of these blocks downwards, and we're basically detecting whenever there are blocks here by sending a redstone signal through a redstone repeater. Very similar designs, although they're limited in height by the piston push limit. Gosh, words are difficult today. Now, the champion of this video that I would really like to mention is the redstone glass staircase. And the way this works is really quite simple. We have a 15 block tall tower just snaking its way back up and up and up. And the reason why this is so truly amazing is not only because it only uses, redstone dust, but also 15 blocks is a little bit higher than the 12 blocks you can actually push with pistons, meaning that for the same amount of height, although you take up 1 extra block on the side, you can actually go up 15 blocks instead. Here's how you continue the signal, just putting a repeater and then sticking some solid blocks and connecting it upwards. Truly the champion of the video. I can clearly show it to you that it works. So there you go, the redstone lamp is firing and depowering. And before moving on to kind of the oddball of today's video, I want to show you a common misconception. And when transferring kind of pulses of signal upwards, people often use observer towers. And while they are quite efficient, they're actually quite slow. I mean, that's almost a little bit faster than the real slowpoke of the entire video. And so what I would strongly recommend, and which is something that I feel should really be publicized, is to use a system like this. And here we have observer detecting our input, powering a block, powering a too tall door, such that when it is observed by this piston, instead of having observer delay, we have 3 blocks where the redstone goes up, say, instantaneously. And this, despite being even taller, is still faster than this previous other design. I mean, using this is necessary, I feel, if you're doing anything particularly tall. And plus you save on observers, which is always great. You can also use wooden doors, just to note. The final design is something that I saw on a technical Minecraft Bedrock tutorial, and this one, the basic premise behind it is that it's kind of compact. I'm not entirely sure of the benefits of this design, although it's very similar to the redstone dust. It is limited to only 8 blocks, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because the power that goes through powered rails can only travel 8 blocks. The observer is, of course, observing the powering and unpowering of these rails, and I kind of find it interesting that these rails are still being powered despite being in a little bit of a janky position, and I feel that also wraps up today's video. If you did enjoy, consider liking, commenting, subscribing. All of those things is wonderfully extraordinary. Other than that, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.